This is two sets of Vietnam era military fatigues that I acquired basically for free. I had bought some shelves a couple of years ago from a guy, and he had all sorts of things on the shelves that he was just going to get rid of, and so I took it all, and after sifting through it I found quite a few items, including these uniforms, but I'd never gotten around to listing them. And a couple weeks ago I used this shirt, this fatigue shirt, to sort of showcase a leather bandolier that I had sold last week. And so as long as it was on the mannequin, I listed it for $30, and yesterday it sold. And I noticed that it was a producer out in Hollywood that bought it. And so I messaged him and I said, I've got another shirt and a couple pairs of pants. Are you interested? The shirt has these spots. One of the reasons I didn't get around to listing it. And he wrote me right back and said, sure, I'll take them all. So for the two sets of uniforms, I got $60 for them. While going through my auction box lots from last weekend, I came across this little cheap tin box, and before tossing it, I shook it and I heard a rattle, so I opened it up, and inside were what I thought were like toy pistol grips. And I did a little research, and that's the Colt Rampaging Stallion insignia. And there's some inscriptions on the inside. I don't know if the camera will pick them up, but my research deduced that these are from a Colt 45, a Peacemaker. There's all sorts of different model names for the gun that these fit on. And I kind of priced them high just to see what would happen, and within a few hours they sold for $90. Good thing I didn't toss that little tin box out. I sell a number of John Deere hats as I'm out here in farming country and find them all the time. Usually they're pretty beat up. This one's in pretty good shape and it's kind of rare. Their slogan, Old Reliable Tractor. And this one's actually from Bowman, North Dakota. And it's your typical trucker hat. So I priced it high and waited. I bought this last summer for 50 cents. And it finally sold for $50. This is a 12-inch speaker out of a 1950s era Magnavox record player radio combo. There was two of these in there, even though it's a mono system. I bought the entire system for $20. I've sold the wood console unit itself with all the components removed for $25 on Craigslist, and then I have the amp and tuner out of it, and those are for sale for about $180. And this speaker sold for $20. I have a little help in the shipping department today. These cassette tapes, and I've got so many of them. Sold a box of them. These are the TDK, they're just 60-minute tapes, and they went for $20. This is a classic pair of Doc Marten boots, size 11, and they sold on Christmas Eve for $90. This is another one of those super shooter cookie electric food gun makers, and I picked these up for $2-3 usually at a garage sale. Especially if they're complete and they have the owner's manual. And this one did. And surprisingly, it sold on Christmas Eve. I thought for sure that I'd missed the boat because I just put it up about a week before Christmas. But somebody has some after Christmas cookie plans, I guess. And it sold for $60. This is a brass candle snuffer. Sort of a full wood handle on it. It's hinged. And this is another Christmas Eve sale. And it sold for $30. I picked this up on day 2 of an estate sale and I got it for $3. This is a hunting vest. It's a vintage American Field brand. Vintage large size. There's a little blood on it. It's got these shell pockets, shotgun shell pockets, and a game pouch on the back. I see these all the time in this area, big pheasant hunting country around here. And usually you can pick them up for just a couple dollars. And this sold for $20. This is a lot of 7 Star Wars books on cassette tape. I picked these up at a book sale. I think they were like 50 cents a piece. And they sold for $30. Oh, this is just a cord that came with a bunch of audio equipment I bought over the years. This happens to be kind of a specialized one. It's a 5-pin DIN to a 3-pin DIN, mostly for European equipment. As a matter of fact, this is going, well, actually I haven't figured out where it's going, but it is going via the global shipping program, and it sold for $20. I just checked. It's going to the exotic locale of British Columbia, Canada. This is the tweeter speaker from a pair of Pioneer speakers that were found on the curb for free. I've sold a number of these speakers out of those cabinets, and this one went for $20. Another Tippet game piece, little blue disc they use as a weight for the balancing of that game. Somebody must have got one for Christmas and missing the one of the blue weights. This is a vintage game, and I've sold probably a dozen of these pieces for $1.50 a piece, plus other pieces out of the game. So I've made more than the game would have been worth selling as whole, which it was not. That's why I parted it out. So $1.50. This is some of the turntables that I purchased last week. Some pretty nice ones. Even this one's still in the box. Got a winter's worth of work ahead of me on them. This is one of the 11 turntables I purchased late last week that are all sitting on my kitchen table. I put this one up for sale yesterday. It's a Techniques. It's not a very expensive one. Matter of fact, it's got some scratches, pretty deep scratches on the cover. But it works real nice. And this is my experiment. I found these folders for free on Craigslist. Somebody was giving a box of them away. They're pocket folders and they have little binders. So instead of copying off a manual and just sending it loose leaf, I'm putting it in here, making a double copy of the cover and doing a little cutting and pasting on the cover and including that picture in the listing. Well, I don't know if that worked or not, but it sold in one day for $150.